In this lesson, we're going to complete our simple messenger widget by creating the widget method. Now this method, again, will be responsible for displaying the results of our form or our widget on the page. So it's going to accept two parameters. The first one will be the arguments, and the second one will again be the instance. So I'm going to print r args. If we view the page now, you're going to get an array. Now, these are specific properties that we can use, and more specifically, the theme developer can use to tailor how the widget displays. So for example, when you're creating a WordPress theme, you can set these before title and after title values. That way, if you want to be a H3 element for the heading or an H4, you have complete control over that. And we need to make sure as plugin and widget developers that we don't override what they specify. So we have to take advantage of that. And next, if we print r the instance, once again, we're going to get the values that were typed into the widget area. Save it, refresh, and now that value updates. So now let's take those values and display them on the page. And we'll keep this very simple. We will echo before widget. Now, I want to be able to access before widget as a variable rather than having to go through the args array. So once again, I'm going to extract args. So next, I will echo before the widget, and this is any HTML that the user or the theme developer wants to be placed before our widget begins, whether it's a div or a HR tag, anything like that. Next, we need to echo before title, and that is going to be essentially what do you want to wrap your title in, an H1, an H2, an H3, an H4. And then we will append our title, and we will append after title. Now, once again, if we want to be able to use title as a variable, we need to extract it. So I will do the same thing here. Next, we will echo out our description, and we'll keep it very simple like that for now, and then we'll come back to it. And finally, let's echo out after widget. And this would be essentially the closing div or a closing tag. So let's keep that alone and see what happens. Refresh, and now can you see my day has been great? Let's inspect the element. And here I'm using Chrome Developer Tools, and I'm going to grab the magnifying glass and click on it. And notice how a class has been applied, widget title. So why don't we go ahead and wrap our description within a p tag. This time, if I refresh it, we get a little bit better formatting. Now, the last thing we should do with this very simple widget is to apply some filters just to make sure we escape everything and nothing strange is being echoed onto the page. And we can take advantage of a WordPress function called apply filters. So let's overwrite title and description. And all we're going to do here is we're going to run them through WordPress's default filtering. So I'll say title equals apply filters. Well, we want to apply the filter to the title. And we can reference the title if I go to inspect element by doing widget title. So I'll type that in right now, widget title. And what are we using? Title. Next, we're going to do the same thing for the description area, widget description on the description. Now that'll make sure that we escape and we apply any necessary filters. If you'd like more information on that, just Google WordPress apply filters. And that's going to do it for our very first simple widget. So if you need to update this, my terrible day, a new description. I will save that. And now if I come back and I refresh the page, that's been updated, and we have a custom widget that now can be brought to the very bottom if we want. We have all of the flexibility that we do with any other widgets. So let's see what would happen if we leave one of these blank. I'm going to leave title blank, and if I come back and refresh the page, now all we get is a description. So that's something you should think about, is should you provide a default title or not? And you can do that as simply as by saying if empty title equals my status. And let's try that now. And now we've set a default title. So that's going to be up to you. In the next lesson, in our final project for this chapter, we're going to build a functional widget, and we're going to take the Twitter tools that we created in the previous lesson, and we're going to adapt that over. So we're going to have a Twitter widget, and then you'll select the username to receive tweets from, how many tweets to display, and then once you click save, that'll update in our sidebar. Look forward to that in the next lesson.